had the audio muted.
It was you?
Yeah. I was playing with the green screen thing. I think I fucked shit up.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I looked at that shit, but yeah, for the first time, it's always me, so we thought it was me, but I guess for the first time, it was you, Laracy.
For the first time.
For the first time in my life, Laracy was the one that didn't have it together. What it do? What it do? What up, though?
What it be like? It be like, you know.
What up, though? How is you, Laracy? Easy with the double E.
Well, I'm drinking some rum and coke.
Ooh.
With a dash of lime. Ooh.
I got some, well, I'll talk about Flavia later on, but
this is why you couldn't hear me.
That's what was happening. Have you ever found God while you're taking a shit?
Well, I talk to him sometimes, like, please let this all work out in the end.
Oh my God, bro, I had that experience, but let's get this party started so we can go.
That was easy.
On with it. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Test. 1, 2. ¿Qué onda, wey? We are the Bodega Cats.
Bad cats.
It's lit. And I don't know what the fuck we're doing, but for some reason I feel like Laracy and I should be the ones to start it. I am 50 foot pages.
Laracy here. Right here.
Oh no, you got a Cuban on right now. You don't got your rodeo queen hat. I feel like I look super greasy now with this light. I'm like, geez.
I know. I got hot because I had a jacket on, and then I was cooking, so it made the house steamy, and so I got steamy. That's steamy.
You got the vapors.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
You don't know what that was.
Anyway,
She said.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh God.
Well.
It
was a Monday morning, when I took a shit that almost killed me.
Dude.
Bro, for real. Huh?
You eat fruit? Fruit helps. Purple's a fruit.
I guess I don't really eat fruit now that you mention it. I eat oranges because I feel bad when I get the orange for my old-fashioned. I get the peel, so I have to eat the orange at one point.
Okay, well, that's a fruit.
I have some, actually, speaking of, I left my food that my mom gave me in my laundry basket because I wanted to carry everything in one trip. She gave me some membrillos. Do you know what those are? They're, what are they called?
No sé.
They're called, let me look it up real quick. Membrillo.
I eat blueberries and I put them in my whiskey.
Oh,
so I eat them.
Oh, that sounds good.
They're flavored with the whiskey, so I drink it. I eat it.
Does that defeat the purpose of eating a fruit or no?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm asking you. Don't be so defensive.
Two purposes: to get drunk and to have fruit.
So it's like you killing two birds with one shot?
Exactly.
So membrillo is Queens or Quincy? I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Quince.
Oh, yeah, I know what those are.
See, Quince?
They're like oranges, but they're smaller, right? Or no?
I would actually describe them more like a harder apple with like the texture of a potato.
I've had them before.
I love them. I think they're really yummy when you put lime, salt, And if you have the proper chili powder, the proper chili powder makes them good too. But
where I worked with the children a long time ago, they had a program where they introduced different fruits to the pupils of the pupils that I worked with. And so they say if you like try different fruits with kids, they tend, if you, the more you introduce, the more they'll eat. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. The other day I was actually showing my nephew fruits. I was trying to like see what fruits he's never seen before. So I went on this website with like what's the word, exotic fruits, and there was a lot of shit that neither him and I have seen before, but some cool weird ass fruit, bro.
Yeah, they say the more, even just people, the more they try different foods, that the more they'll eat. Like they don't get as picky, you know?
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
there's
I guess
that's a theory you can use with any more fruit. Just try different.
that's why my stepdad will even eat dead people and shit then. Because he eats all that fruit.
Oh yeah, I remember the seeds. Like, oh my gosh, no wonder.
And that's just like on his drink. You haven't seen like he gets his plate of fruit, his plate of like breakfast, all kinds of shit.
He has a colon of a 20-year-old.
That's what I say. Like, damn. And then we were just saying today, I was over at my mom's and he disappeared right before we sat down for lunch. And I was like, what happened to my stepdad? And they're like, he probably went to the bathroom to make some room. I'm like, damn, I wish I was like that. I wish I could just make that room and, put more in. And I can't say right now, actually, I just weighed myself yesterday or 2 days ago, and I'm now up 25 pounds. So I went 6 more, because I wasn't even quite 20 when I told you that. So I got 6 more on me. Whew.
Well, did you weigh yourself with your clothes on? Before?
No.
Oh.
I think I had pajama bottoms on.
Oh, okay.
I weighed myself with my Timbs on.
Yeah, those are like 5 pounds. So.
Hell yeah, I'm wearing them today, bro. I was telling my mom I feel so weird. Like my legs, my feet are so heavy right now. I don't know how to act. Like I haven't worn shoes in so long. And I'm like, I wanted to be cute. So I put my fucking Timbs on and like I was hot. I was like inadequate. I couldn't walk and shit. I don't know how I'm going to go back into the world that we had before, bro.
Yeah. Speaking of food and eating, I made this delicious, well, I was going to make a BLT, which is a bacon, lettuce, tomato, but all I had was bacon. And so I made a grilled cheese bacon sandwich.
Mmm.
And it was dang good. I made the bacon in a little Ninja.
Oh, was it the one that you sent me the picture?
Yeah.
Didn't look like a little Ninja. It looks like a big ass.
No, it weighs like 20 pounds.
Really?
Yeah. And it takes up a lot of cabinet space. So I don't know if they have a Ninja Junior.
That'd be good, bro, because like some of us don't, we're not going to cook a lot. Actually, I was asking you for my mom. She was looking for something, but she said she just wants a regular crack pot. So
Oh, I have like 4 of them. I don't even use them anymore.
Is it ceramic? The inside of it? What are they made of?
Metal.
No, the inside of the crock pot?
Oh, yeah, ceramic.
It broke, I guess, on hers.
Oh.
So that's why she was she's like, oh, I'm looking for one. So I thought, I could buy her something. So I asked you, and then when you sent me that and I looked at the price, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's expensive, but it does. I just cooked the bacon. Like, it took 10 minutes, but it was super crispy. And I should have cooked it for 7 minutes because it was almost burnt. But 7 minutes to cook 3 pieces of bacon. And then, so it's an air fryer. It's a pressure cooker. I just cooked it on bake. It has bake and you can steam. I made steamed rice and it came out perfect. It was a little mushy because, again, I thought it would take longer. It only takes like 5 minutes to cook.
Could you
rice.
make steamed clams?
Oh yeah, you can boil eggs, not boil them, but steam them, and that comes with a little rack, so you don't boil them, but the steam cooks them like perfect. So I'm a foodie, dude. That's why I'm a biggin.
Well, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, bro. I am about to develop my own very first pooch. So
I have a pooch. But no, I think I should be this lady on YouTube. She does like, what do you call it? Like this thing I sent you. Reviews of products. So they send you the product and you review it.
that's fucking sweet.
I can make money, maybe.
Yeah, that's why everything that I buy on eBay or Amazon, I rate it, because I don't just I do a big old deep dive in the rating because I want them to contact me for stuff like that. And remember how I do for the shows and the movies, so I want to be one of those people. But I don't know what you have to do, to be honest. I was just hoping that they'll be like, hey, we really like your reviews, can we pay you?
Yeah, it takes a little bit more.
It's like I always wanted to do that with restaurants too. Nobody gives a shit what I have to say about restaurants.
I know, I'm just like,
I'll still give you my opinion though.
maybe the aisle kittens don't like when we talk about certain stuff. That's why.
Well, we really got 0 responses to our food post. So I guess people don't give a shit. And then I couldn't post the ones where we're making the drinks because the videos were too long, I guess. It was too, something was going on that I couldn't send it to YouTube, you know what I mean? So I couldn't figure it out, and then I got bored. But so I couldn't post those videos. So I think later on when we're able to do more live stuff in a live show, not a live show, but be together. And also maybe we should keep doing more lives on IG or wherever.
Yeah, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get a green felt background and put it down, and maybe using different backgrounds will at least attract more people on YouTube at least.
Yeah. I guess until we can get out of the fucking COVID. How's COVID treating you? The corona. We're on this, and the first week down, another one to go. By the looks of it, I don't know if it's just gonna be on the 30th, because we got like 2,900 cases on Friday.
And
I think.
guess what? Did I tell you this already? Some of the stores, like where your mom lives or where I live, got closed because people got sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of cases.
I heard from my coworkers, not only here in Albuquerque, but in other places of New Mexico too, on Las Cruces. I forgot what was the other place someone said.
Like the Walmart got closed because they don't sanitize their carts.
Apparently, if more than 10 employees have COVID, they have to close.
Oh, so, and they have the shields and everything, so they must be like being ratchet. And then
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know how.
They need to pay them more too. So.
Yeah, fuck yeah. They're like being exposed and out there, and people being ratchet that with their chin diapers, you know, like with the mask hanging and shit. So
Right there.
fucking Cheeto Jr. has COVID now. So
Really?
oh
my God.
and then well, I don't know. Every time that I'm around someone, I wake up thinking, I got it now. And I'm mad at myself for not being more careful, but other than like because I'm, you know, I do the 6 feet thing, but what if their spit flew all over to my nose or my mouth? And then I'm over here all nonchalant thinking we're separated, and then I get the COVID. I don't know, bro. This is getting old, bro. It's getting old.
I'm starting to lose my mind.
Yeah. It's
talk to myself, talk to my cat.
That was something that's what I wanted to talk about, but before we get into like what we deep dive into, I wanted to talk about that, how, and I had a question for you. Let me write it down so I don't forget it.
I like your candy corn in the back.
Oh, thanks. I did it for Halloween, but I think I was like covering it. Now I have a little Christmas tree, but you see my little Christmas tree?
Hey!
I figure when this place is going to be Thanksgiving, so it's okay that I already have it, right?
Hey, with the green screen, you can put, I'm all talking about the green screen still. You can put like, you put a photo on PowerPoint, and then you can like put it onto the green screen and then have a little pocket, and you could, you know, the Christmas tree ate the light bulbs, and you could
Oh yeah,
put little light bulbs in, and or you could add like pretend felt, you know, Christmas decorations.
yeah, that's true.
In case they didn't know how to decorate a tree, a Christmas tree.
Well, they haven't seen you do it.
Right. It'd be like, this is my Christmas tree.
This right here is the washer, and that right there is the dryer. How I used to sell washers and dryers when I worked at Sears. But anyway, so before we get into the deep, let's go real quick. Nicki Minaj has a documentary that's going to come out on HBO Max. I'm excited about that. Yay. We might have, yes, Nicki Minaj, Nicki the Ninja, Nicki Lewinsky, Nicki the Harajuku Barbie. Yeah. Also, Wonder Woman's going to come out on HBO Max. The new movie.
I just saw the trailer.
Oh, that shit's going to be sick. That one I would pay, but I'm not sure how it works because I guess you have to have HBO. So I guess you have to get that shit for like a month just so you can watch it. What else? Did you ever watch Animaniacs?
Yeah.
Those, they remade those, so there's new episodes now on, I want to say Hulu. So they're considered Hulu originals. I saw the first and second episode. They were fucking hilarious, bro, because now they're like bringing up stuff from now with stuff from the 90s. So for someone like us that lived both, it's pretty fucking funny.
We were born in the 1900s.
H is a blessing, bro. H is a blessing. Did I tell you that, well, we're still doing this shutdown situation, and I went to the store and I couldn't find no eggs and no milk. And my mom went during the time for the older folks, and she got some. And then I went today and I forgot to pick it, so I didn't get my eggs or milk. But yeah, it's not I overdo it with that. So
I went to Walmart because I needed alcohol a couple of days ago, and now I need more today. But anyways, that's just beside the fact. There weren't any eggs or like selections of like meat. Like I was gonna get a roast and make a, but they had like turkeys and stuff for Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Oh,
So
well, because a lot of people are not going to celebrate it, bro.
yeah, actually, I was gonna make lasagna.
Today?
Like, what?
Today?
No, for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I was gonna
I,
make lasagna and go virtually and visit my family in
oh,
Arizona.
for real?
Yeah, and I'll be eating the stuff like, hey, I made lasagna. This is lasagna by Larizi. Blah 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 blah.
So you're not going to come over to my folks' house?
Oh, I didn't know I was invited.
Yeah, I invited you a long time ago.
I forgot.
Well, you don't, I mean, it's up to you, but you know they eat early. So it's not going to be like
Well, I
an
could still
evening.
eat her food and eat my food.
I was going to say it's going to be more like a lunch.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Well, if they'll have me, I didn't know if they were like how they were about, you know.
Yeah, we talked about it. We had talked about it before, but we talked about it again today, and I'll give you all the details when we're done with the pod. But yeah, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, so a lot of people, you know, I've had from
My
people.
family might be all hurt because I hang out with you instead of them, but
Yeah, but it's different, bro.
Yeah,
It's like
they don't go anywhere actually, and they don't have like 400 people.
That's what I was gonna say. We're in a bubble with like 5 people.
Yeah, and I don't go anywhere, but my family they have big parties with 39 people.
Yeah, I remember you were saying that shit.
albeit that I'm such, I'm like a thesaurus here. I'm like all producing these big old words, like I've been studying or something. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I get it, but I shouldn't care what they think.
No.
I'm being safe. I can't afford to die. I'm just gonna take care of my cat.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And my
And me.
Yeah. So who cares?
No, you know, a lot of people that I've been talking to, whether coworkers or friends or acquaintances or whatever, they're actually looking forward to not celebrating Thanksgiving. And you know, that's always been a holiday that people either hate or love. And I think it has to do with how much you get along with your family. Because if you don't get along with your family, you hate that fucking holiday. But when you do, it's such a chill holiday. Like for us, it's always been just us. And you know, my brother and I watched football all morning. Back in the day, before he had a kid, we used to play what we named syphilis ball. And syphilis ball was played with a soccer ball on a basket. So like a basketball hoop. So the ball couldn't touch the floor though. If the ball touched the floor, you would get syphilis. And so that was syphilis
There's
ball.
an incentive.
So we
could play this soccer with your nephew. Is your nephew?
Yeah. He's not gonna be there, no.
Oh. We could play with balls.
You know, that's one of the only times that I get to see my team play football, because since it's, you know, Washington, they never show the games over here because it's not the region, I guess, you know. And we have so many like Cowboy fans and like Broncos and stuff like that. So nobody really wants, like, we don't get those games unless they're playing someone like the Cowboys. And on Thanksgiving, that's a tradition that they play the Cowboys. So I get to see a game with my team, you know, even though most of the time they lose. Last time they beat the Cowboys, so I'm hoping that this time they do it again. But we'll see.
There'll just be 5 people?
Yeah.
At your house? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
None
Yep.
of their friends are coming?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, so right before we get into, I just wanted to say also something else I saw that I thought was super weird. Japan faces the worst bear attacks in 5 years. Like, I didn't know that were places I thought this was a joke, bro. I was like, what do you mean? Like, there's been a lot of bear attacks in Japan? So they've like selling
'Cause
these,
it's an island, right? Japan is an island.
yeah.
How do they have bears?
I didn't even think about that, bro. I was just thinking, like, I've never heard of, like, oh, this is the worst bear attacks we've had in years. I'm like, what? So I guess
China, but Japan, like,
it was
maybe
Japan.
when they separated, you know, the Pangea, when the Earth separated, and you know, it separated, there were species on that island, like Australia. So I
Like
don't know.
koalas and shit.
Japan is so small too.
Well, they're selling these robot wolves. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
literally like this. It looks like the most cheap ass Halloween wolf thing you can buy. And then it's just literally the mask of the wolf is and that's
Oh yeah, I saw that on some like CBS, like on the morning news.
Oh, really?
I was just listening to the news and I heard like the lady was like, "Oh, that's so scary," but I didn't see what. I just heard it. They went.
They're not scary, bro. They're fucking ridiculous.
Oh,
but I guess they're helping
People don't
them.
get scared of things. For the normal person, they might be scared.
Oh, I guess.
Maybe
It's just funny because, like, the way that they set him up, because I thought someone, like the person from that ranch or whatever, made this thing, but they're selling them. So the way they had it is like in a really awkward way, and then he's just like, That's fucking weird.
Did it show that it worked?
Yeah, they show like they had a camera, and they caught a bear, and the bear stops. And then when he sees the thing, he runs off.
Oh.
So they're working. I just thought it was fucking funny, bro.
Wow. What do you think about Japanese, like, cowboys, like in the wilderness or whatever? I never even, like, that wasn't a thought in my brain.
Like an Asian Brokeback Mountain.
I didn't think about the sexual aspect, but that's funny. You never see like Japanese, like, well, what we know as a cowboy or a person that works like as a farmer or whatever.
And all the Japanese people I met are really like I don't want to say modern, but what's the opposite of a cowboy? Like they wear suits and stuff.
Maybe we should Google Japanese cowboys.
We should.
Does that even translate?
If I find one, I'm gonna post the Japanese cowboys. So because now I'm like, huh? And are they Japanese cowgirls?
I know. I've seen a lot of like
learning
programs in Japan.
A lot of what?
Food, like just different foods in Japan, and along, I know they're most famous for like their fish and sushi and all.
Sushi. Yeah, man, that goddamn sushi. Either you love it or you hate it. But yeah, so that was crazy. So, dude, okay, one more thing. Did you see, I sent you the picture of Giuliani's Beijing running down his face.
His hair? Why does he dye his hair? He has no hair.
What a ridiculous goddamn mess, that man, bro.
He's gross. Every time
he's gross.
I saw him on, what's his name? Borat.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
It creeped me out even more. Like, I can't even see his face. Oof.
Yeah. he's always creeped me out, but that seemed ugh. Like just the way that he's talking to her and when he like pats her on the back and shit, like ugh, that's so gross.
And then when he's talking about all the corruption, and he's a fucking crime boss, mafia motherfucker.
He's a piece of shit. He needs to shut the fuck up. He's like,
Cheeto needs to concede already. Goddamn.
that's another thing. Like, what the fuck, man? That Cheeto is like, I guess he does wants to be dragged out of there on the 21st, right?
Oh, I saw this like conspiracy theory type dude. He was talking about in the 1900s, this guy predicted kind of like he predicted that the last president will happen in 2020 or 2020, and the picture of it is looks just like his son Barron, and it was named Barron something. I can't remember any of the stuff that he said, but
Well, what do you mean that that's going to be the last president?
He didn't say. It was just like
the world's going to end or what?
something like that. But it was weird that it was called Barron, and the picture looked like his son Barron.
Is he autistic, bro, or something, or no?
Artistic? Autistic?
Yeah.
Artistic?
Not artistic. I don't think he's artistic.
No, he's just, I think they're just trying to keep him out of the spotlight because Trump is not that popular. I don't know. Maybe.
But what's wrong with him?
I've seen actually not editorials, just show like there's nothing wrong with him, as far as I know. But he likes like shoes, different shoes, and he's like a normal teenager.
He likes shoes? What do you mean? Like he's a sneakerhead, or he's just weird and he likes shoes? Because that's what's wrong with him.
He showed him, he really likes like the new, not Jordans, but like the new like Vans or one of the popular shoes. I can't remember, but they weren't Jordans. But it was shown that he showed video of him wearing different styles of like sneakers and stuff. So
I mean Kamala likes sneakers too, and we don't focus on that. I mean, even Sasha and Malia got into trouble smoking weed and shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I just feel like, what's up with this kid?
I think they're just trying to be positive because his dad is making it really hard for anyone to even like his family, because
that's for sure.
Family's, I mean, I think he's different because Melania, and he's like more like Melania than Trump, so maybe
Melania sounds like a bitch. In all the recordings I've ever heard of her, she sounds like a bitch.
Well,
I don't care about this kid. I don't care how much you want to defend him because he's one of your whites, but anyway.
Defending him. I'm just saying, imagine the poor guy doesn't even have a chance because his dad is Donald Trump.
Well, yeah, but that's not my fault. He's pretty privileged, so fuck that kid. But anyway, so
You're
speaking
right.
of
my whites, fuck you. Hey, I need another drink, eh?
I need another drink. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Hi.
I know. I'm drinking my ice water.
My lime is in my ice melted.
I don't fit. My belly don't fit. Oh, Lordy. So I ordered some Flaviar. And remember I had told you last time that they took away the shipping for members? Only if you're buying something over $60, which is bullshit. Because if you want to buy a regular $40 whiskey, rum, gin, whatever, you still have to pay shipping. It's so bullshit. I almost rather them give me back once in a while having free shipping, you know?
Yeah, I ordered some and it was over, well, the whole order, right? Not just one.
I usually just order one.
I just ordered 2 of everything, and that made the shipping like 100 or more.
Shipping? If you buy over 60. Oh.
The amount, because I bought this, it was over, it was like $40, but it was a whiskey that I've been wanting to try. I usually don't pay over 30.
Me neither. And I have this beautiful lady left the gin at my house, and I don't think she knew that you can't leave alcohol around peaches. And I've been really into the Gibson, the Gibson. So I was drinking it with vodka, but it's not the same. Like, I feel like it cheapens the drink, you know, like gin and tonic, and like
juice? Gin and juice.
Gin and juice, not
sipping.
Nah, I guess yeah, because if you do vodka and juice,
laid back.
That's a screwdriver, right?
I was singing the song.
But yeah, gin it ups the status of the drink, I think. I like the taste of gin better than vodka. I'm not gonna complain. I drink vodka and I love Bloody Marys, but if I'm gonna have a gin and tonic or like gin and just everything that you can do vodka or like a martini or whatever, I'd rather have it with gin. Except if we're having a green chili martini from Taylor, then I want Taylor vodka, you know? Which I haven't had in so long. I was buying it so often, and then when they opened up their place again, they upped the prices. So I was like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna do it anymore. Because remember they had that deal. You buy 2 for $35, I believe, like that.
COVID.
Yeah. So I stopped buying it, and I was like, you know, I'm drinking too much of it anyway. But now I miss it. But anyway, so I bought this gin that this lovely lady left here. It's called Empress. It's blue, and when you can't really tell with the camera, but when you put it looks purple on my side. I know it kind of looks blue over there. Wow. But when you put anything in there, it changes the color. So it's blue and then it turns purple, or one of those things. But I was like, oh fuck, I was looking at it and I bought myself the cocktail onion so I can have a Gibson. And then I'm like, now I'm gonna have the real thing. So I was like, let me go ahead and buy her a bottle. So when she comes back, if she comes back, the bottle will be there. But now I'm like, ooh, I really want a Gibson right now. So I opened it.
Another one. I have to fix my boob.
But you know what I was gonna tell you about Flaviar? Well, I got 2 complaints. One is fucking bullshit that they're charging us that much shipping, or like that they're not charging shipping only when you spend over 60. At least make it fucking 40, you know? But even 50, you know? But anyway, and then the other thing, remember Dominican Lou that used to come and deliver my shit? He hasn't been here in a long time, and I've had other people, but this last couple of times I had the same dude. And the first time he was here, he asked me for my ID. So I showed him, but nobody's ever asked me. Oh yeah, Dominican Lou asked me one time. Anyway, and then the second time he showed up, and I opened the door and I was like, oh, you need ID? And he's like, no, I remember you. And I was like, oh, okay. So I opened my door and I have an alarm up here and like on the top left. And then I have the lock on the right for my little screen door, you know? So I'm unlocking and opening, and I open to get, you know, my shipment. And this motherfucker like almost like sticks his head in and is looking around. And I was like, what the fuck? It made me feel so unsafe. Like, why? Why did he have to do that? So now I don't want this motherfucker to come back and bring me my alcohol. I want Dominican Lou back.
I'm like, I wonder why he did that. That's weird.
That was weird because like where I unlocked, when I was unlocking and doing things, it's like he looked there. He like went and looked, and then he looked around my house and shit. So I was like, what the hell? I was like, get out of here, bro. And then him just like, no, I remember you. I don't know. It was just weird, bro. It was like, I guess Dominican Lou had some sort of professionalism, at that. He said my government. But anyway, so I had those complaints from Flaviar. Do better, because once COVID is done, I'm done with this shit, bro. This is too much, I'd rather Larisi and I go grab our $9 drinks at Safe House,
Mm-hmm.
At least we have the atmosphere and shit.
I can't wait.
Hell yeah, bro. Me neither. But we'll see how it goes. See if these ratchet motherfuckers follow directions and don't get us sick and all that in this. Oh, I want to say one more thing. So I was watching this, when you're watching like something on YouTube and then something plays after if you don't tell it to not to. And so I don't even know what I was watching. I think I was watching TYT, just catching up on what they did yesterday. And then after it jumped into this weird video, and it was with this young black girl. And I wasn't watching because I was doing stuff in the kitchen. But then I was like, what the fuck? The more I listened, and she was so fucking upset about how with our current culture, we're forcing men to be feminine. And I was like, what the fuck? And she was so upset, bro. She was so pissed. And then they want men to wear dresses? They want men to wear dresses. They're making our men feminine. What the fuck? Who wears dresses? And if they do, fucking leave them alone. That was so weird. So I went and I was like, oh, damn, it's a black girl. So I was like, what the fuck, dude? She was so fucking upset. And she kept talking about how the left, she's so like, it's the left's fault because of them, blah, blah, blah. Like, whoa, bro.
She wasn't Candace Owen, was she?
No, it was just some regular girl on her own YouTube channel. But it made me feel like, damn, bro. Our podcast, our YouTube channel at least is fucking entertaining. Like, this girl was just fucking angry going on and on about how men shouldn't wear dresses and shit.
Well, what about men trying to make women, like, well, just, they don't have a choice of their body, and just, I'm like, I think the oppression that women and people of color have over is way more than what they do to men, whether they're black or white or brown or whatever. So
yeah, exactly. And also, we can't tell men what to do.
They're bigger issues too. Like,
yeah,
why not be angry at how white people enslaved people for over 400 years, and then, I saw this meme. Oh, it's funny. If you don't like the Black Lives Movement, then you should have just picked your own damn cotton.
Oh, fuck. Damn. Well,
in the South, that's, why they got slaves, because it was labor that they didn't have to pay. And then if they just, like, didn't make them, if they didn't have any money, they couldn't go anywhere, and they couldn't read, and they couldn't do any of these things. So it was like the perfect depression where these people got rich off of the backs of black and brown people. And it's the same for, what they call, I don't know, wetbacks, or I don't know if I should say that.
Crazy! Oh, shit!
Okay, that's what they say.
No!
That's what they say. I'm not saying.
Is that what they say? Your friends?
My brother still says that. And my family members. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You're good. You're good. I'll say something controversial too, just so you don't feel bad. No. Well, I said this to someone, a young lady, and she's white, and it just came out. You know how I don't really like measure what the fuck I'm talking about, what I say when I say it. But there was this man, and I thought it was sketchy, and I'm like, and she's like, "What do you think it's sketchy?" And I'm like, "Well," and I didn't know how to explain it, and I was like, "Well, I think he works construction, and he's white." And she's like, "So?" I'm like, "If you're a white man and you work construction, what happened, bro? What happened?"
That's my brother.
So, okay, and I don't mean, I'm sorry if I'm being disrespectful,
He's
but
white.
my point is, something happened, right? Like something happened when they deviated their path, right? Like they didn't have like the perfect, they went to school, they went to college, like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't just be like, you know what? My life's been going great. I'm going to do construction. I mean, if they're a boss, yeah, of course, you know, they make good money. But if just work construction, a white dude, how many white dudes do you see out there working construction? So, and I'm not saying that, you know, somewhere in their life, they did something that put them in a position where now they have to work construction as a white man. And that could be drugs. That could be your upbringing, you know, maybe violence in the home. But that's my point. What happened? Because white men have so many opportunities in the world that even when they deviate, there's more support. You know, they don't necessarily like a black man, put them under the jail for 20 years because they had a little joint. You know what I mean? So something had to happen to where their life went, you know?
Well, I don't know. If you look at the like religious sector, Jesus apparently was a carpenter.
Yeah, but he was brown.
No,
We're like, whoa, we've been friends for how many decades, and you think Jesus is brown and you think Jesus is white? Holy shit, bro.
no,
Friendship's about to end.
don't think that Jesus is white. I know he was brown. I'm just saying the white people think that Jesus is white and a carpenter. So, dang, I feel like I said the N word out loud, and you're gonna you're gonna N-word shame me.
No, but that's what I just said. What I just said, and I think that a white man that works construction, someone wrong in their life that they fucked up because they have so many opportunities and possibilities and advantages. That is like, where did you go wrong, bro? Like, why are you here? Why are you doing construction? Like, this is not. You don't see that often, so I automatically don't trust you. Dude.
A lot of white. I'm not going to defend it. Never mind. Keep defending this, and I don't care about parents.
Oh, I'm just kidding, bro. Just kidding. Well, I got one more thing. When's the last time you printed some photos? Remember back in the day when we used to print and have to take them to like Walgreens or somewhere?
Yeah.
I did it recently. Like T-Mobile, shout out T-Mobile Tuesday, say.
I need to change my phone plan.
So T-Mobile Tuesday, they had, you can get some prints for free. So I was like, oh, cool. There's some pictures that I've been wanting to replace on my fridge and stuff like that, you know? So pretty much like on my fridge, I have, you know, my family. Well, I don't have my mom or my grandma because I have pictures of them somewhere else. But I had my brother, my nephew, you, my homie, Joel. Anyway, Tenoch. And I just replaced them with new ones. But my thing was that I haven't done it in a long time. And necessarily. I know I've done it before at some point because I know my mom used to get our pictures. But you know, when you had your little camera and you had to like roll it and all that shit, you know, get the little film out. So this time, you know, I just literally picked the photos. It was through CVS, clicked on it, checked out, boom, your photos will be available in an hour. I was like, oh, fuck. So I was like, well, I'm not ready to go. I'm in my pajamas. So I went like 2 days later. And when I got there, there was this dude, and he looked kind of bitchy, like a bitchy big dude. And so I was like, hey, I was just wondering, like, do I do it myself? Like, is it a T-Mobile thing? And I'm like, yeah. Oh, okay. And I was like, I mean, I told him, the email told me that you all were going to send me another email when they were ready, but I never got it. So I just came. And he's all like, yeah, we don't do that anymore because T-Mobile does that to us. And we get all kinds of pictures and nobody picks them up. And we wasted all kinds of money and ink and whatever. So I was like, oh, no, I get it. Cool. That's whatever. So he's printing my shit, right? So he's printing my shit. And then, you okay? You all right? Let it out, homie. Let it out. Went the wrong way. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Scare me, bro. Scare me. I can't give you no CPR through Zoom. You okay?
Yeah.
Holy shit, homie. You're crying tears of alcohol.
It like stopped my breathing for a minute.
Oh shit. You good?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Scare me, you got all red, homie. Oh, fuck.
All right.
Oh, no, you're good, Holmes. So anyway, he's printing my shit, and he's looking through them, bro. What the fuck? It's like, what's a good thing that I didn't fucking put something more erotic in here and shit, you know? So I'm like, and then he puts my shit in the thing, and then he tapes it with those little tapes, you know, that it hasn't been opened. I just saw you looking at them. Like, don't put the little tape there. Like, who cares about the tape now? I don't care about the fucking tape now. The seal was, you looked at my shit before the seal got on that. So anyway, then he had like this like receipt, I guess, that prints in the form of a photo as well. So I looked at it, and I can see that one of my pictures, the one that I would say, and so, you know, like right away he looked, oh, a lesbian, you know what I mean? And so when he's like, do you want this? And he didn't seem like he was gonna throw it. So I thought, like, is he gonna keep it? Because it has my name, my address, my phone number, and that little picture of a sample of, you know, one of the ones that I printed. So I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and take it. He's like, oh, I'm like, you're gonna keep my shit, you little weirdo? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, but I forgot how. So I don't even know. Like, do we have more privacy now or less? Because I know everybody looks at your phones and everything, but I'm like, God damn it, bro! I just saw you look at my shit.
Yeah, I was watching this show. It was an old show, and this photo guy was looking at like the nudes, and they're like, oh, if they're nude, or you know, if they're naughty photos, you keep them in this drawer. And it sounded like he went to that drawer when he wanted some you know, alone time or whatever. But yeah, like
some after Zoom time.
They do see them because they print out. There's no like, because they have to look at them to see if they like came out.
It reminded me of, you remember when Seinfeld and George had those sexy pictures printed and he's just laying on the couch or something? It reminded me of that. What if I wanted to gift a lady a sexy picture of me?
Do it yourself. Just put it on a zip drive. I guess.
Like,
And
watch this when you're alone.
no, put it on a zip drive and then go there and you can print them yourself.
But yourself, but I was being cheap because T-Mobile was giving me shit for free. So
Oh, okay.
all you had to do is go on the on the app, put some photos, hit checkout, and boom, it was done. I didn't even think it was gonna go through, and then when it's like, yeah, pick up your photos in an hour, I'm like, oh, cool. But anyway, I just thought that was weird because I haven't experienced that in years, bro.
Now I just want to talk about. I'm aware of my white privilege. I mean,
Oh, I know. But before the white privilege thing, don't talk shit. Before the white privilege thing, I just want to tell you real quick a story about
real quick.
Monday. So I just want to tell you about how I found God. I almost stopped drinking. That's how bad it was.
What?
So on Monday, I need to take a shit and my stomach hurts. So I'm like, it's like in a weird way. Doesn't hurt like I'm sick. Doesn't hurt like I'm gonna have the shits. It hurts in a weird way. And it's not like constant, you know? So I'm just like, weird. Well, let me go, take a shit. And so I go. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. When I tell you, like, I was shaking. I was like, I'm pretty sure I looked like I lost color on my skin. I was like, I couldn't get the shit out, bro. It was massive. I thought I was gonna die. I thought this shit, literally, it's either gonna rip my asshole and I'm gonna have to go to the hospital to get it sewed, or I'm gonna faint and I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. So I'm like, I don't want to have to go to the hospital during COVID because of a big shit. So I'm like, what the? So I was just sitting there, bro. At one point, I started rubbing my legs. I was like, come on, please. Then, bro, I'm not kidding you. I was like, well, maybe if I read. So I was reading. Nope. I was like, well, just try to breathe, bish, breathe, bish. So I was like trying to breathe. Then, I'm not kidding you, bro. I just started praying. I was like, please, protect my asshole. So then I started thinking, because I was like, it's not fucking coming out. It's just like, and I know it's stuck there, and there's more to go. And it was so hard that sometimes, you can squeeze your asshole and cut it. Like ice cream, when you're like getting ice cream at like Golden Corral, and then you
like
shut down the lever.
Like soft serve?
Yeah. So I thought you can't do that because it was so hard. Like my little asshole was just like, we want to close. So I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? So I was just like, do I have lube? Do I have lube somewhere? And I was like, how do I go get it if I do? I don't even know if I have lube. So I was like, fuck. So I thought, do I like get on a fetal position in the tub and then just stay there and see what happens, So then I really was considering all these things because I don't know how long I was in there, bro, but it was like some pain that, oh my fucking God. I started thinking of all the women that I fucked in the ass, and I started feeling really sorry, and I was apologizing to them. Like, I wish I was softer. I wish I was more gentle. I'm sorry, you guys. And I was like, well, I remember thinking about Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston and them telling about a story when she was constipated and Bobby Brown helped her. And he said that he took it out with these 2 fingers. So I was like, can I just pull it out? Like, what do I do, bro? I was like, I don't know what to do. So I started getting really weak. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to make it. I had like no energy. I couldn't even lift my phone up, bro. I couldn't even look at anything.
Oh my God.
I was like, can my neighbors hear me? Because I was about to start crying for real, bro. I'm not kidding. And I was like, finally it comes out. Oh my God. I had to look at that bitch. Bro, it looked like Victor. It looked like the most massive dildo I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know how that shit came out of me.
Wow.
I was like, my asshole will forever be loose now. It's fucking crazy. I go to the couch and I just lay there and I'm like,
Oh my God.
hurt. Bro, my farts hurt. Like if I farted,
Oh, because your asshole was like,
so it was so fucking tender, bro. And then
got some like stretchy marks or something.
oh, bro, I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, I was just happy that I didn't bleed. But I was like, I can't drink coffee now. So I was afraid to drink coffee. I was afraid to eat. I was afraid to, and I was like, well, what happened? Like, did I not drink enough water? Like, what's going on? So the next day, you know, I had plenty of water. I ate normal. You know, I don't think that I didn't eat anything different from what I usually eat. And I'm not, you know, I don't have the best diet, but maybe it's because I'm getting old. The next day, bro, same time, same type of shit. I was like, no, please, not again. So I wasn't as big, but it was a pretty good sized dildo looking shit, you know?
Wow.
And and it had a little curve. I'm like, ugh. And then the third day,
because it came right from your intestines.
but nah, the first one was like, bro, the first one was like 1 and 2 inch diameter, probably 2, and like a good 9-incher.
Damn.
Yeah,
I
bro.
haven't had a big 9-incher in a long time.
I've never in my life. So
Usually
I started.
mine's just soft serve, so.
I was like, should I stop drinking? Should I, like, what? I mean, I guess, you know, add more fiber to your diet or whatever. But like I said, I haven't changed anything, bro. Okay, maybe one thing. I got a hold of a little bit of herb, and I've been smoking. But could that be it? That's the only different thing I've been doing.
Mm.
I don't know. And I hate for you to have to listen to this, but I had to tell someone, bro. And now I'm telling all the IO kittens.
Well, I have to tell you a story, but I was going to go and get a colonoscopy where they stick that thing up your ass, but you have to like clean out your system and shit for a day and not eat anything.
Yeah.
They sent me this little kit where I just poop and I have to scoop the poop and put it in a little vial and then send it off. But it was still kind of traumatic because well, they said put some toilet paper to catch the poo before you scrape it.
Also, you don't have to take it out of the all wet and shit.
Yeah, because it can be contaminated if it's mixed with the like toilet water.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and so it has to be. So I tried the toilet paper, and I like shit, and I guess it was too wet, and the toilet paper just plopped into the thing. So I had to wait the next day, and so I have this little thing. When Blade had surgery, it was one of those little round things.
Oh,
like a bedpan, but it was little. So I just put the bedpan underneath, well, on the toilet, and I just pooped on that, and then so I wanted to scoop it right away, so it was like mid shit, and but then I started gagging because I was like, and I was like, and it was just like a regular shit, but usually I don't smell my own shit, but I was like, I never like thrown up. Well, I actually never really just play with my shit, so.
You never thrown up?
No, I never throw up after I take a shit. Like.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, you're not playing with it.
I never had to scoop it up. Or usually I just send a sample of the poo. I just put it in a bag or something. I don't have to scoop it.
A bag, a poop in a bag? Or like a plastic bag?
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking of, a paper bag.
They give you a little, like vial.
Yeah.
And you just put it in there and you can do that. But scooping it, you have to like, and then.
That's true.
And then you know, you have to look at it, and mine's had seeds, and like it was like I'm like, maybe I'm not chewing my food enough, and it was like, but I had teriyaki chicken with the seeds, so you don't really, your body doesn't really digest them.
It's like corn,
Yeah,
you
I don't
know?
know. I didn't have any corn. I don't. Well, I started gagging before, so I was like, and but it was traumatic. I had to sit down and just like breathe. So I went through, actually, because I actually almost did throw up because, you know, just, I didn't even know if I. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh my lordy.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I'm glad I didn't have to like fast for a day and drink that stuff that makes you shit for like 12 hours. Like all you do
that's
is shit.
true. It's probably more expensive for them to run the poop through the lab than to give
Well,
you an actual body test.
my doctor's been telling me to get this stuff like since I was late. Well, I don't want to say my age, but
Oh, so that's what my question was. Was it an age thing that we all have to do around some time,
yeah,
or
after you turn like
a certain age? You don't have to say.
a decade, every decade there's more, you're more at risk for just like
Bro.
like a mammogram and
Oh,
a pap
yeah. God.
smear, and now it's the shingle, you need the shingle shot, and
God
then
damn it, bro. And then on top of everything that we already have to deal with, now we have to deal with fucking corona and all these assholes
yeah.
that won't wear a mask and like, God damn it, bro.
Yeah, they're not doing any elective surgeries because the hospitals are over, like everything's going to COVID. So if you just have, God forbid you have like some issue.
Well, why do you like? I'm telling you, why do you think I was like about to cry when I thought I had to go to the hospital because my asshole was gonna be ripped from my poops? I was like, how am I? And then how am I gonna get there? First of all, I might have to call someone, be like, hey, can you pick me up? My asshole ripped and I'm bleeding. There's only a few people I could do that to, and you're one of them.
Well, you need like a stool softener.
That's what someone recommended. Because I was traumatized too.
You can take a caplet and it softens stuff.
Well, why? Like, what am I doing wrong? Is what my thing was. Like, I'm not doing anything different. Just smoked a little joint here and there, you know. But COVID made me.
Well, aren't you like a shy pooper and you don't poop as much? So since you're maybe eating more than you used to.
Yes.
So it's all collecting, and it's like, oh, I gotta get rid of this. So
Yes, bitch. Yes, you're right. You're right.
I'm a doctor.
You are, doctor. Thanks, doc. Thanks, doc.
I'm not a man, so.
Thanks, Dr. Doc or Doc Woman.
Doctor woman.
That's no, you know what? I didn't think about that, but you're right. I've been eating like a fucking pig the last month and a half, maybe 2 months. Because I told you, 25 pounds, man. That's not something easy to get, you know?
And just maybe eat a little amount every 2 hours, and that might help too.
And it's just that combined with my trash choice of foods, my excessive beer drinking, you know, that happens. But anyway, so we're past the hour here, and I wanted to now like a deep dive. And I had a question for you, but if you want to switch it to the white privilege thing, I'm all okay with it. I probably just need to like real quick.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the agenda I sent you earlier.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's get a drink.
Okay. You hear me pee?
No, but I went pee too.
Oh shit. Okay. So I wanted to ask you this, and then you tell me what you want to say. But
okay.
Do you feel like Well, obviously, I know the answer. So I guess I should change the question to,
Okay.
well, my question was, do you feel like COVID has changed you? Like this time? It's going to be, like how long is it, right? But how do you feel? Not only like we're going crazy, we're, anxious, we're this, we're that, depressed, whatever. But how do you feel like this will change you for the rest of, because now it seems like we're getting closer to the end, hopefully. Who knows? We still don't know if we're going to make it or anything. But I'm just saying, do you feel like a different person, I guess is what my question is?
You know what? Honestly, I think it'll change my interactions now that I'm in person. And I think I will regard people that I love with more intentionality, more love, because I haven't seen them in a while. And when I actually see them, I think I'm going to just have more quality time with them.
I didn't think about that, I guess, because the people that I'm closest with, I have continued to see.
Yeah, I really want to go to see my family in person and just love and kiss them, but I can't. I don't want to bring New Mexico COVID to Arizona COVID, So, I mean, I absolutely, like, my sisters are like begging me to come. They're like, "We miss you so much." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I miss you the same," but they would have, because my car doesn't travel, and they would have to get me a plane. I don't want to go on a plane.
Ooh.
And they're like, "We'll send you money so you can rent a car." I was like, "Well, you can't rent a car. You have to have a credit card that has substantial amount of, like, at least $300, which I don't. But unless they gave me a credit card and put like $500 on it, but I'm just like, no, it's not worth it. Let's just wait it out and wear a freaking mask and don't go to large gatherings." But
That's
so
true, bro. That's true.
yeah,
And
I think like I think we did that one visit at the brewery, and I was just like, "Oh, I haven't seen you." I think it was in the summer, and I
yeah,
saw all my peeps, and I was just like, I just want to savor this. So I think it makes us appreciate the people that we love even more. Like, kind of like that absence makes the heart grow fonder. Have you ever heard that expression?
yeah. But when I heard it, actually, I thought about previous relationships I've had, and it made, so I correlated that with, after the relationship was over, I thought about the positive things, so it made me miss them. And the older I got, the more I realized, holy shit, there was like so much bad. The relationship was nowhere near perfect, and I know no relationship is, but bad. I've been in like relationships that are toxic, that are like either verbally or even verbally and physically abusive. So I the memories that I had of the relationships obviously was like the positive ones. So it made me be like, yeah, she was bad, but So when you said that phrase, it would make me angry, because that's when I stopped telling myself, like, stop thinking about the fucking one moment you had that was good, when on the sea of fucking horrible shit that you were living through, and now all of a sudden you forgive them for being so fucking shitty just because, well, poor thing. You know what I mean? Because most of my relationships at the beginning of my relationship career, I was like trying to save them. So
Yeah.
so that phrase makes me angry, because I feel like, of course it does, because you forget all the bad shit.
Well, I don't know. I think maybe a lot of those relationships were about them and maybe not about you.
Oh yeah.
But not that you're perfect or anything, but I'm just saying.
No, just really close. But
Just didn't fit. You
my point is
your
that
relationships just didn't fit.
you know better than anybody that we're the first ones to be like, what did I do? What's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? You know what I mean? You know that whole guilt of like, it's me, like what else do I have to do to make things like, you know what I mean? And then I grew up with a family that was like this old school Catholic Mexican family raised by women, which I believe like my brother got this too, that we have to make things work. We have to. And the way that we're built, we can. We have all the fucking tools to make this work. But I wasn't thinking that other person is fucking like shitty and they have like nothing. They didn't bring no fucking tools to the build party, you know?
You know,
So it's like,
they had fucked up life experiences.
yeah, and it's like, don't, like, I came to the test prepared, even though I might not have, you know, studied as much and I might not be as smart, but I brought my pencils, I brought my eraser, I brought my pencil sharpener. These bitches are coming to the party without anything to write with. It's like, dude. And now that I'm older, I see that and I'm, what's the word? I'm judgy about it. I'm just like, ew.
Ew.
But anyway, and that took us to a different conversation but that phrase that you said, I totally get it. And like I said, I hadn't thought about this part until you just said it. You know, the closest people to me, obviously my mother, number one, my brother, my nephew, my stepdad, you know, and really I didn't stop talking to y'all, and you and I, you know, maybe like for a while we weren't able to see each other as much, but then we had our little outings, you know, going fishing and whatever.
You have to come back to my garage and
Yeah, I was just thinking that yesterday, because yesterday I was trying to go to my mom's and I just couldn't get over there, and I was thinking the same. I was like, oh, you know, I have to start doing, and that's just me being it's almost like I feel like we're towards the end of this.
yeah.
And I've been careless in a way of, oh, it's almost over. Oh, it's almost over. You know what I mean? And like the other day, a friend of mine came over and we had some beers outside, but I always end up waking up guilty because, like I said, like we weren't wearing a mask. We drank like fucking 30 beers between each other, you know? So it's like, when do you have time to put a mask on when you're drinking 15 beers in like a few hours, you know? So I wake up like Fiona Apple, like, I've been a bad girl. I've been careless with a delicate man.
No, but most people nowadays they're like, oh, it won't really affect me, and they're having like masks, like they're not even 6 feet apart, much less wearing a mask. So you guys were 6 feet apart and outside, so
But still, you know what I mean? Then I feel like, I don't know, like that's my own fucking issue. But anyway, going back to the thing, like I guess, you know,
don't be so harsh on yourself, bro.
Yeah, but like if something happened, can you imagine? It's just scary to think. But anyway, let's talk about what you wanted to talk about. I just thought about that question about asking you, like, I feel like this is really changing me for like, not in a positive way.
Well, I just wanted to talk about, I'm just having like dreams of my loved ones that have passed, and mostly my ex-husband. And I used to think about like, because he thought in terms of like in the relationship, since I'm the wife, that I needed to do, like, his role was like the provider or whatever, or even I think subconsciously that was like, I'm the provider, but I work too, and I, you know,
You have a
had,
career.
yeah, my income when we first got married was less than his, so I think he felt like, even though I had more education than him, I got paid less. But so he felt like he was like
The breadwinner.
the yeah. And so, and I think the way he grew up was like, that's how it was. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He was kind of old school in that sense that he did play roles, or like roles were a big part
but
of
then
his.
again, he was a Gemini, and he did dual roles. Like his, but he was raised by his mom, and his mom was like, he had feminine quality, but then he had this macho kind of vision of like what women were supposed to be. So I just wanted to just talk, like, I think I was more, even though he knew more about like tools and working on cars and stuff, I was more butch than him because like I was practical. And then he used to say I didn't have any common sense, but
Damn.
yeah, because you know, a lot of times I just let him do it because I didn't want to emasculate him. So
And you know, that's actually a thing that before I was like, why can't they just figure it out? But now I straight up tell girls, because they obviously will never do that to me because I'm a girl. But it's when you're like, you feel like you're the alpha. I don't even want to say the alpha because I feel there's so many relationships where the female is the alpha. But you know what I mean, right? Like when you want to be the one that takes care of things, or the
yeah,
provider or whatever.
most
Like
women
if you
are.
just make that, which for me it is my case too, just make us feel like we're important, or like that we took care of things. And I know a lot of women do that, like they'll allow their husbands or like their men to feel like they're that important, or oh, I couldn't open this jar without you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think I really was the alpha because he really looked to me like for answers, and but in retrospect, he was like, I am the man. I have the balls in the dick, and I was like, okay, however you want to use them, I don't care. But I, I like, I think he used to say I had low confidence, but really I had confidence in a different way where I could accomplish my goals. And like going to school, he would say, well, you don't have common sense, but you have book sense. So it was kind of like a diss, but I
Like you're book smart but not like street smart. I don't think I'm
yeah,
street smart. I
no,
grew up very privileged because my mother, like, took care of me.
yeah, and I think my mom, just between my mom and my dad's, I think my mom and dad's relationship was, you know, my dad was the provider kind of thing, and but my mom wanted stuff done, and if he didn't like do the stuff she wants, she just did it herself. And it wasn't emasculating like I think maybe my dad sometimes thought, but she never like lorded it over him, like, but she just wanted the stuff done. And um so I think anyways, my story is like my confidence was like, well, at first I didn't think I could go to college and finish a degree, but I told myself I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna try, and I did it, and therefore that enabled me to like go further. And I think my husband was
I'm sorry.
like, I kept telling him, because when he lost his job, and I kept telling him, well, go to school. You can use my, tuition remission or whatever, and go to take some classes on, and he's like, and I kept telling him that, and he's like,
Because I dated someone and I did the same fucking thing, and to them it's almost like we're talking down to them.
yeah, and I was like, no, I want you to succeed, and I want you to be successful. And he's saying, they won't hire me because I don't have a degree. I'm like, well, if you take classes, then that will show them that you're working towards like some business classes, so you know about business, but you have all this experience. And so if you show them how much experience you have and you're taking these classes, then they're going to see, oh, this guy is like, smart, and he's taking classes and he's showing. But he didn't get it. And yeah, I've just been thinking about him, and I've been having dreams. Like, I had this crazy dream. No, I can't remember.
Was it the one you sent me?
Oh, I was watching Catfish
Oh,
with Eve, like from the beginning, and I was just watching that at like 4 a.m. And so I went to sleep, and I dreamt of, like, I was in these bathroom. I was like I think it was like Boy Scouts or maybe a hospital, and I hung out in the boys' bathroom and talking to all the guys, because the guys were way cooler. And I started washing my hands, and this guy was like, no, you're not washing your hands right. And I'm like, what? Is this how you do it? And I washed my hands like the right way or whatever.
okay.
And then, like, I went to the girls' bathroom, and the girls' bathroom was all boring, so I went back to the boys' bathroom, and it was all cool because all the other girls that were cool went into the boys' bathroom. So, and all these cool guys were there, and I don't know if it has something to do with gender or, like, I'm secure. I think what it means is that your gender, it doesn't matter if you're a girl or boy, or you act like a particular gender that you're assigned at birth. Am I making sense?
What is acting like a particular gender?
I think maybe just the confidence is like a male.
But that's sad. No, if you think about that, you think males are confident, females are weak.
Exactly. And I think that's why I'm having these dreams. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a female, you can still be confident in whatever you're doing. So I think, I don't know, I've been talking to a therapist, and I think there was a trigger with Gracie that just triggered some kind of depression. And so I'm exploring just Lareezy, like, who am I? And it doesn't matter if, I'm a woman, but I can talk about sex. I can talk about, doing things that mainly men do or whatever, I don't know. I like golf. I like boy things, but that doesn't mean that I'm a boy. I don't know.
Even besides like you said, like golf and stuff like that, besides that, like when you live by yourself, you have to know how to do certain things. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just be like, oh, back in the day, I remember I used to, like, right away, I call my brother. I don't know how to do this. This is a man thing, I grew up without a father. So I don't know how. I know how. Just how I just literally explained a little while ago how we're so. What's the word when you. Is it codependent? Or what's the word where you, like. Or I don't know what it is, but just what I said, like, in my family, we overdo it to try to, like, so I know my brother, like, did that for me. to the point that he enabled me because I got a flat tire, no problem, brother. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then the older you get, being a single woman, living alone most of your life, is like you gotta learn how to do certain shit, you know, like we were talking about the bathroom situation last week. Like we fix our bathroom, we do our things, we can't be all like, oh, a light went out, you know, like I mean, it's anything you have to do. So yeah, like I agree, like maybe, and actually golf, that's a lesbian thing too, so you know you can play golf. but
Well,
things like that where they divide them into like, oh, let's do this. A man that's by himself, he has to cook and he has to clean. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, and I just thought about just roles. Like, I remember, like, Blade would be out of town and he would come home and he'd say stuff like, "Why isn't the house clean?" I'm like, I've said this before, but I'm like, I work too. I don't want to come home and clean. He's like, "How can I help you?" I'm like, "Well, clean this." And then he would wake me up early in the morning on Saturdays and let's clean blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh shit. Can we just sleep in and then do it? But he's like, "Oh, I'm very proactive in the morning, blah blah blah." So, but yeah, it's
And see,
I think after 7 years, I'm just trying to give myself credit because I'm depressed and all that stuff. I'm just saying, look what all you've done. Like you've you've paid your mortgage, you've paid your bills, blah blah blah. Your credit history's gone up. Look at all these things you've done, and you're going to school, blah blah blah. You have a full-time job, and I'm just trying to give myself props because I'm feeling like I'm not good enough, but I am way better than most. So, and I think, I don't know but I think these dreams just are trying to help me see, like, you're a fucking badass. You're a G. So, you know, and I don't know. I'm just a G. That's all
yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. And then, you know, like for us, it's easier to deal with that whole gender thing because we have to, you know, and not because we want to, but because society wants us to. You know, first thing that they ask gay people, who's the girl and who's the boy, which is such a stupid question to ask because I can ask any straight couple I know, who's the boy and who's the girl, according to your guys' standards. Because most of the people that I know, like 90% of the people that I know, the girl is the boy and the boy is the girl, according to your guys' standards. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
you
So
know,
women,
what are you telling me? You
don't
want to know who? I'm not gonna get into this. Like that's too much. That's a gem. But
it's a gym.
it's a gem. That's for later after the 100th podcast. But what my thing is so it's easier for us to figure that out. But then at the same time, I guess as a woman, that you're like, yeah, you know, like I can't just wait for someone to help me do shit, you know, and like if I can't do it, if I don't know how to do it, I have to somehow figure out to pay someone to do it, right? Like for example, an oil change. I was taught how to do an oil change probably like twice or three times. I don't remember, bro. And you know, you better believe that if I had to learn, I would have to. At this point, I'd be all like, you know what? Let me just go get an oil change real quick here at the Valvoline, and you know. So whatever it is, you figure it out how to do it on your own. But when you're in a relationship, a straight relationship, I guess it could get a little blurry because it's like you have to act. But this is the thing that is weird because like men want women to act a certain way like the old days, but they also wouldn't want that because again, they want the lady to go out and work, you know, they want her to like, and then looking at you know, I've been watching a lot of Mad Men. That's why I'm drinking my Gibsons and shit. But they get depressed too. I mean, depression didn't just exist all of a sudden, you know, like just came to be. So they were depressed too. They had postpartum depression as well, you know. and they didn't know what to do. And back in the day, back in the day, it was so sad that most women like, yeah, would have to go to like a loony, you know, like a place where, oh, they're wrong, something's wrong with them. But then later on, where that wasn't like, not necessarily an option, but I guess people were more understanding, I guess. What the fuck do? You know, like the bitch is going through some shit. Oh, she didn't cook today? Like she's about to kill herself. And you're worried that she didn't cook today, you know what I mean? And,
Yeah, like,
and we don't think about like others' breaking point, you know?
and I have to give Blade credit. Like, he cooked. Like, he was a mad cook. In fact, if I was like cooking something, he was like all offended. Like, so what I'm trying to say really is, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. I mean, people, like, personalities should count. Like, you should give and take as far as like who you are as a person. Not, don't let, whether you were assigned, I don't know, maybe it's like transgender kind of qualities. Like, I know how they feel as far as like, when little kids were born a male but they want to be a female. Like, why should gender matter? I mean, it's because they have a penis or a vagina. And
Yeah.
I think that's really what I'm trying to say.
The whole world is based off of penis versus vagina, bro.
Yeah,
And everything that doesn't fit, it's like a weird thing.
And I think that's where some of the homophobic stuff,
everything.
A man that has a penis, oh, he has these thoughts. And I'm like, so what? So anyways, I think I could probably be in a relationship with a person that was maybe born a male and is a female, or so, yeah.
That's interesting you say that. I didn't feel like that until maybe about the last 3-4 years. And I think I told you this story. I don't know if I've told it on the podcast, but I was at a club and I was really young. And I've told you when I was young, I was a shit in this town. So, go to a club and it's like, I'm the shit. And there was this really pretty girl, this blonde. And I was like, oh, she's hot and she's talking to me. Cool. And it was at a gay club. And we were talking all night. We were just having a good time, and the type of person I am. And I told you, like, most recently, when I got ghosted last December, this girl told her homegirl that hooked us up that I wasn't aggressive enough, quote unquote. It's like, so you just wanted me to fuck you on the parking lot after we just met, you fucking hoochie. You got a kid. Like, you got a fucking lifetime to think about. Like, you got a life. Like, you got to fucking, like, get out of here,
Wow.
you stupid ass broad. Like, I could finger fuck you, like, in 2 seconds in the bathroom, and then what? Like, you dirty ass bitch. But anyway, so that was, like, this last December. I'm talking about way back in the day, right? I'm still even more of that person that my mother raised, that she raised gentlemen, So I was just talking to this girl. And then I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, someone stopped me, and they're all like, you're talking to a guy. And I was like, excuse me? And they're like, yeah, you're talking to a guy. That's a guy. That's a guy. And they kept saying that, and I kept thinking about that guy. And I had just come out, like I came out like maybe I don't even know if I was fully out of the closet, to be honest with you, now that I'm thinking about it. Somewhere in between that time,
Mm-hmm.
But and when I say that my parents knew, you know what I mean? Because obviously I knew when I was at a fucking gay club. But my point is that I was dealing with the whole, like, I can't believe that I actually thought I was gonna marry a dude. I had a boyfriend, So it was disgusting to have to get rid of that, like a snake, to get rid of that disgusting skin. Almost like Tori Amos said, like, I shaved every fucking place that you've been on because it was gross. So it was like getting rid of that fucking skin. So someone say, that's a guy, that's a guy, that's a guy, that's a guy. She was fucking gorgeous. And then someone was like, she's transgender. I didn't know what the fuck that was at that point. All I heard is that's a guy. I'm telling you, she was the prettiest girl in the fucking club. But I heard, that's a guy. That's a guy. So I just left. I didn't talk to her. I just left. And till this day, I've like just questioned myself about, and like I said, until the last few years, I haven't like had decided or like answered my own question. But before that, which was like a whole decade or even more of that question, to me was like, could I be with a transgender person? Like it was something like, I can imagine a white person be like, could I be with a Mexican? And that's just weird. You know what I mean? When you think about it that way, it's just like, that's fucking weird. We're people. We're fucking people. You should ask yourself, like my mom just told me one of my cousins is dating a guy in prison. And she just started writing letters to him. It's like, could I date someone, a killer? Could I date a drug addict? Like, those are questions. Not like, you know what I mean? Could I date someone that had this struggle and this and that? And I know, granted, like some people might be like bring up like the whole body stuff and oh well this and that, whatever. But I regret that moment so much, walking out of, away from that girl without even like having the decency to be all like, hey, I'm leaving, not interested or whatever, you know what I mean? But I literally like just left it in like a weird way when but the people that came up to me and they're, oh, do you know you're talking to a guy? First of all, weirdo. How are you in a gay club and you're so like that's your whole thing? That's a guy, that's a girl, that's a guy, that's a girl. You know what I mean? So now that I'm older, again, I'm talking to you when I was like in my like 21, 22. Now being like, at my age, I feel disgusted with the way that I acted, and I feel disgusted with now not speaking up about like don't fucking talk to or like I should have taken that girl home. It's like that's fucking weird. Like, who knows? Like, she was so different, bro. Like, she would look so classy, so like different from all the trash that was there. With their titties out and like all this. Like, she was wearing like a really pretty dress, like more like Audrey Hepburn type of shit than like your ratchet ass New Mexican, girl. And I think about that all the time. And I think about like what I did to her, that night. And it's just kind of fucked up to think about like, damn, like that didn't even have the fucking balls to go up to her and be all like, I'm not interested or like goodbye or like whatever, just fucking disappear because I got scared like a little pussy. That's weird. But anyway, so in the last 3 years, 4 years, I was able to answer that question, which was, why couldn't I be with a person that is transgender? There is no really, like now when I think about it, it's like, what's the question? Like, why? It's again, could I be with a white person?
You know what? I think it just goes to show, like, just with all the, like, people can't dictate who you love, no matter who they are or what gender they are. You can't dictate when they say marriage is only between a man and a woman. Like,
but that's not my point, because my point is I didn't even give that girl a chance to date. I'm not talking about being in love. So it's like someone could do the same with you. Ooh, I don't like that lady because of this, and that. Not even give you the chance to talk to you.
yeah, that's true. Like, because, well, it's funny because last night I was watching this Catfish where this woman she was a big lady, and she had been like talking to this guy for 10 years. And she like from high school, and now she's like, and actually she was in a relationship with a man already and still talking to this guy. And she said the guy that she was with said, I just want you to be happy. And so she talked to the Catfish dude, Neve, and Max or whatever. And it turns out he was the same guy, but he was a big, he had gained like lots of weight. And that's why he didn't want to get with her, because he was ashamed because he had gained a lot of weight. And he didn't think that she would be attracted to him because he was like big. So I was like, yeah, for 10 years they were communicating, and he would never like Skype her or whatever because he felt like he was too big to be with her. But she was like a bigger lady, and I don't know, I just felt like I don't know, resonated with that because I'm a big lady, and I think sometimes my attitude is like, well, they won't love me because I'm big or whatever. So, and that's my insecurity, but I don't know. That I think that's where I don't know if that has to do with anything with gender, but
No, but we're talking about insecurities and things like that. That, I mean, if anybody listening to this being like, it has nothing to do with gender and transgenders. No, we're not talking about that, bitch. What we're saying is that, well, I just first want to say, I have a friend that her daughter, her son, she's a big girl, and her son is a big dude too. And she says that he is so like not attracted to, not even thin, but if they don't got meat, like he's not. And that was, she says, since he was a teenager, that he would look like a ugh because they were like thin. And I remember she always said that to me. But one day she said, I don't know how the conversation happened, that she said something and I said something, and she's like, oh, my son would be disgusted by you. I'm like, God damn.
damn.
Like, but I am, like a thin person, I guess, before COVID. But anyway, so, like, and then people always say this. We always have these phrases. We always have these phrases and these things, but we never really like listen to them, right? We just like fucking vomit the fucking words. But the thing that they say, like that about taste, or like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, or like in Spanish we have a phrase that says there's a taste for everything, is the phrase, meaning that if we all like the same shit, bro, some of us would never get laid. So
that's true.
But my whole point with this boy, since he was a teenager, like I've known her since he was a little kid. I don't know him, I know his mom, but like he's always been attracted to big girls, and he still is, apparently. So that's my whole thing. That is like, we have these insecurities that, like today, I feel this light has been the most awful fucking thing tonight. I don't know what I did wrong. I feel like I have a mustache. I feel like I look so greasy. I feel like I picked the wrong glasses. Like, I just have like all these things that I think about that I'm like, ugh, I wish I could like just go. I want to change them. The reason why I didn't is because, and I never do, is because in the podcast, I use that as a way of like, hey, fuck, you did that, you said that, you acted that way. And obviously, I try to prevent some of the most ratchet shit, but like for most of it is like, this is what it is, So for me to be like editing it or like changing, or like, let me go clean my face up, or let me turn some lights off, and it's like
a filter.
It's not what it is, which, don't get me wrong, I love filters, but I'm just saying that the podcast is not that. The podcast is us talking about real shit, and just, that's it, like, period, real shit. So I get what you're saying, but I just want you to remember that there is like taste for everything. And remember, I did that fucking bias test recently, and it came out to say that I have a slight preference. And this is exactly what they said. This was a Harvard University whole deal. So I'm not putting the words. I have a slight preference over fat people than skinny people.
You know what? I didn't take the fat people test.
And I just took it because I've always been
black-
judged to be skinny. That's why I took it.
white preference to white, but I don't think that's really true because I'm really attracted to just black and brown individuals. So I mean,
But that's a weird thing because the questions had nothing to do with like who you're bang, you know? It's like when the Asian thing that happened and I did the test and they're like, oh, you don't think of Asians like Americans, and I'm like, wait, what? I didn't even know I was answering this. And to me, I fucking love Asians. And I've dated several Asian women, and some of them have broke my heart, you know? Some of them never returned my call.
I mean, a lot of my friends are not white. They're different ethnic backgrounds. So, I don't know.
I know, bro. I know what you're saying.
Woo! That
Our head's
Rum.
about to explode.
my
Now-
rum, my rum is good. Taking
I
a
got
nap.
this Buffalo Trace whiskey. This is like the third time I buy it.
Where?
Flavor.
Ah,
But
Ah.
I was really into the Penelope.
bah.
Bah. I was really into the Penelope one, and then I was like, let me try the Buffalo one because it's cheaper. And, it's
Buffalo.
stronger. I feel like it feels more like I'm growing hair on my chest and shit.
Oh, I know. I got hair on my chest.
I got hair everywhere.
Not really.
I had my
I
neighbor
don't have
in
hair anywhere. I'm bald.
my neighbor and his brother were like talking about like, oh, you're hairy, and I look at their legs, I'm like, bro, give me 3 weeks, I got you both beat.
Talking about masculinity.
Shit, you want to see some scary hairy legs?
Some hair?
Shit. I'm like, my brother's legs are fucking hairy as fuck. That's how mine get. Bro. But anyway, I mean, you know what we're talking about. Like, I don't know if we had like a point. I think we like based it off depression.
There wasn't any really point. It's just
Well, no, but I think everything was like around depression because like the whole point of like not the whole point, but like how you know I felt like what COVID has done where we're at. And that was my point because I was thinking obviously about you and I wasn't thinking about other people. I hardly ever do. But what I was thinking was that because I was listening, like I told you, to other people's YouTubes, to some podcasts and shit, and thinking about, how some of our pods got so many views or so many listens or this and that.
about sex.
And I was just thinking, like, well, it doesn't matter. Like this girl, that black girl that went on and on about how the left is making men wearing dresses. I'm talking about her, you know what I mean? But still, like in her little ratchet way, like she got her little channel going on and they let her like speak all this shit and bullshit. We speak ours too. Maybe to another person, we are like weirdos and they're like, what the fuck are they talking about? Fucking weirdos. But when it comes to depression, anxiety, and all that bullshit, it's like, it doesn't see black and white. It doesn't see female or male. It doesn't see age. It's about the spot where you're at that point. Like we can see someone, they're like, oh, this white teenager in the suburbs depressed because they didn't ask her to prom. And we could be like, all right, get over it, girl. You know what I mean? But in that moment, or she's being bullied or whatever, in that moment, like it means something to that person. You know what I mean? And then not to say that our shit is not bigger or yours, like the losses and things that you've been through. But it's nothing to be like, oh, what's wrong with me? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's not like about what's wrong with you.
My good friend in California, she said she listens, and I don't know what platform she uses to listen to us, but she says we're like comfort. And that made me so happy. Like, I want to be someone's comfort. Like, listen to us for comfort, you know,
Yeah,
and
you know,
listen to us for perspective, or
we
don't know.
might get depressed and talk some sad shit, but we come back. Just remember that big old shit that hurt my asshole. That was funny.
They might be turned off by the big poop, but maybe
Hey,
they'll fast forward and get to the end stuff. The end stuff is really good because that's when we were like
fucked up.
you know, it's a poopy situation.
Bro, just kidding. But we're past the 2 hours. We're past our bad time.
Oh shit, I gotta go.
But anyway, let's keep putting cream in our tacos. Let's keep trying to survive,
Yes.
stay alive. I can't wait what 2021 is gonna look like if we make it. If we do, then you're gonna hear from us. You're gonna hear from us, and you're gonna hear from us. So
fucking go away, motherfucker. Sorry.
this is true. And I don't know what the fuck we're doing, I said, right? But for some reason, I feel like we should be the ones to start it.
We have more viewers.
What's the one thing I used to say? Everybody that knows me knows I'm always late. Everybody that knows me and loves me knows I will always be late. Not because I want to make you feel shitty, just because that's who I am. And
we have our life to live. We don't have to worry about time concepts.
You gotta pee?
Yeah, real bad.
Okay, let's go. So I am 54 Peaches.
Lorizy.
Hey, and we are the Bodega Cats. Cute.